Hello, it's me again. I'm back working on Traveler's Notebooks. As you may know, I'm working on 6 of them, and I have 3 pretty much completed. They might have a few details left. So now I have 3 more, and these are all with the same theme. What I am using for these is a book that I had purchased a while ago called The Fountain Pen. Well, the name of it is on one of these pages, but it is a book about fountain pens. And the book itself, the pages measure about 4 3/4 by 8 1/4. So I didn't have to cut them down much to make them fit into a junk journal, Traveler's Notebook. The problem was they're individual pages, so then I had to take scraps of coffee-dyed paper that I had saved from previous projects and use them for hinges. Let me show you. I put 2 side by side onto a piece of coffee-dyed paper and then folded it, and now I have a folio. So this is what is called, you have actually 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is 1 sheet, and it is called a folio. And when you fold folios together, it's called a signature. And when you put signatures together and sew them into a book, you have, in this case, it would be a 3-signature book. But for a Traveler's Notebook, it's only 1 signature. So that was just a little bit of extra information if you needed it or wanted it. So I love the images of the pens. I think most of us as journalers love papers and pens, and I've always loved papers and pens. So look at that. I don't have fountain, oh, I guess I do have fountain pens. I got some on clearance at Hobby Lobby, but I haven't tried them yet. So I guess I better try them. So each of these Traveler's Notebooks has 4 folios of pages from the book. I have also taken some images. They had some advertising images in the book, and I've taken those to use as embellishments on the front cover. So we have that one. Yes, this one. Maybe this one will go here. This one has top hats on it. And this one. So I will collage some stuff on there with them. And I'll be cutting out some of the pens that were left over from the papers. And these are a couple more advertisements. I can use those as embellishments. I've gotten some printables. This one says Appleton Standard System of Penmanship, so I thought that was perfect. So I have printables to use, and I'm also stamping things. I'll show you what I stamped yesterday. I have a lot of pen stamps because I told you that I really like pens. So I just stamped these on coffee-dyed tissue paper, and these are all scraps. So I have that stamp, and then I have, that's the same one, this one. It has a very fancy barrel to the pen. And I have an ink bottle. And a hand that's writing. So I'll just glue these on the pages as embellishments, and then I stamped this established little sign. Not sure exactly what I'm going to use. I just was getting some stuff prepared. I also made a couple of labels with this stamp. It's a quill, it's not a fountain pen, in a bottle of ink with some books and writing. So I just made that, and then some tuck spots. These are made out of file folders with this pen collage. I think that's from Stampington & Company, but I am not positive. It didn't say it on the stamp itself. And I put a little eyelet there and put a bulb pin. I don't know what I'll put on the bulb pin, but you know, I'm just working on stuff. And one of my subbies had sent me excuse me, a scrapbook full of old envelopes. This woman just saved envelopes. There's nothing inside them. She just glued them down into the scrapbook and then made a little note about them. She just collected stuff like that. And so I'm going to put one in each journal as a pocket, and then there'll be a tag in there. So that's what I have so far. I took some paper out of this spiral notebook. It says 1988 on it. I got it at a flea market, or a Salvation Army. And I just cut them to size and inked around the edges so they can be journaling places. And I have all these labels that are printed. Some are from Nick the Booksmith. These are from my own labels. I made copies. I scanned it into my computer and printed it. And so I don't know what I'll use, but there they are. Somebody's texting me. Okay. It's my son. I will get back to him later. Alright, so before I go any further, I've got some pages in the center that are sticking out a little more than I want them to. This one's not bad. Maybe it's just the one in the very middle. Just trim a little bit off. They're not bad. I had some printables from Tsunami Rose that I've had. Probably one of the first printable sets that I bought, and I didn't realize that it was a full page instead of like a journal page. They were full sheets, and they're called Rosette Provision. Or no, I'm sorry, they're Polished Lackluster. They're beautiful papers. So they're full instead of being like that. This could be a journal page the way it's laid out, but see. But I'll still use them. But I've had them printed out for a long time. But some of the pages feature fountain pens, so I did use them. Well, I know I did. I think there's 2 in each signature. So that was a handwriting. And here's another one in the center with a pen. So that's pretty cool. Let's get to work, okay? Feeling froggy today. And if you're not an English speaking, if English isn't your first language and you're wondering why I feel froggy, that's just a term for I have a raspy throat. There's a frog in my throat, as we say. That's fine. I'll do that. Left my big glue stick downstairs. I was working on my glue book a few nights ago, and all that stuff is still downstairs. So I had my grandsons this morning, got them off to school, and I'll have them again for an hour or so this afternoon. So Teddy will be able to open his package that came for him. I let him open the envelope this morning, and he was pretty excited about it. So thank you, Debbie. Oh, I put that. Oh, that's fine. I'll just turn it that way and it'll be on the back page. I wanted the perforated part to show, but I wanted to use this, so I just put it upside down. He was excited about it, so we'll show that on the video, but we'll open the package on the video, and I'll give Adam his little treat that was in the first package too. So thank you guys for being so generous to my grandkids. Layla hasn't been with me as much and hasn't been able to do very many videos with me because I have her more in the summertime. So now I need to do something on the front. I'll just take one of my, oh, that's what I was going to do. I wanted to use this on the front, but I wanted some writing paper, so I'll just glue this down here. I don't think I'll be using any fabric or trim or lace in these journals, and I didn't put any in the travel journal. Very unusual for me. I did do some sewing. I sewed paper on paper, but I didn't use any fabric. Okay, so now what do I want here? Oh, and I have these books that I made. I did a video. That video will be up on Sunday. But I have these little booklets that I made, and actually I think they're really too big for these. I thought that they were going to be the right size, but I will just include them with each journal, include one with each journal. I can, oh, I've got these scraps from the Tsunami Rose paper. I like this. It says number on it. I'll cut that out and use it somewhere. I have these book pages. I could make a little pocket with that. I got this old paper cutter out. I thought it might be easier to use while I'm at my desk, especially doing videos, because it's little. And it still has a good blade in it. I saw a good idea for storing paper cutters and scoreboards and stuff on a vertical, in a vertical rack. It's for baking pans or something like that, which is brilliant, but excuse me, I don't have space for that. But I would like to have a place to put them so they're not just everywhere and in my way, and I'm always moving them out of my way. Just trying to even the lines up here. I guess the name of this pen is Moorish Night. I'll probably cover that up with washi tape or something. Alright, so I want to put something behind it to make it a little more stable. So just use a scrap of something. That shows up pretty good. Any sewing that I have to do, I'll wait and do it off camera. Well, I guess this isn't as easy to use. It doesn't have the little handle, like the little lip thing to pull on. I just have to get used to it again. I used to use it. Okay, that's a perfect size. And I will sew that down. But I'm looking for some washi tape, and this is perfect. It's gray and it has black writing on it. Script. As if done by a fountain pen. I'm trying to find a good piece of script. I will just paper clip that on there so I remember where it goes in case it gets separated, and I will sew that on. Now the book pages there are pages that have a lot of text, so I want to make sure you have room to write on those, so I will glue some stuff there. I just have some scraps. They get a lot smaller when you tear them. The Story of the Fountain Pen. I think that's the name of the book. That one got really small. Let me look at my ephemera pieces. My Tim Holtz ephemera. Look at that one. And that one. I gotta label these, and I wouldn't have to look through them all like this. I just haven't, I've been organizing in here, but I haven't done the labeling. I think that's all I want. I ran out of my label tape. Oh, now that stuff is cool. They're vintage tags. I can use these in pockets. They're nice, sturdy pieces. I'll let you see what I'm looking at here. Oh, perfect. There's a bottle of ink. This is from Graphic 45. A scrap. Which reminds me, I was going to look through my Graphic 45 paper to see if I had any of that left. It's communique paper, an old set. This is from communique also. Mostly telephones. then this, I can use that ledger, maybe. Okay, well, we got a little bit. Now, what can we do to make this page interesting? That makes it more interesting. My glue was sluggish this morning, like my 12-year-old grandson. I should have inked around the edges of these. I'm just using the corner. This one doesn't need it so much, but it's white where I tore it. And these pages I will just leave. You could put something here, a picture or something to write on there, but I'm going to leave the ones with all the pens on them so that you can see the pens. This one has a nice advertisement on it. He's putting his fountain pen in his vest pocket. I don't want to embellish these too much because they're, I don't want them to be too thick. If you want to put them in your traveler's notebook. But I want to do something to them. I'm going to put an envelope there. Little coin envelope. Sealed shut. Just put a little label on it. This label got wet somehow. It's a digital, so I printed it and it got wet, a little bit wet, and the ink ran, but I really like the way that looks. And I'll have to have a little something for in there. I think it might stick better to the glossy paper with this. That looks fun. I want to make sure I put my, what do I do with it? Oh, I want to make sure I use an envelope, and let's not forget all the stuff that I made. Gotta find a place for one of these. I will sew that on. And then probably put one of these in it. Look at that. One of the many imaginative campaigns used by Aurora. Strange. That's where I can put that. I got these tags a long time ago from A Tattered Dream. I wonder if it's the right size for in here. Oh, I think it's going to be a little small. I mean, a little big. So will that. I'll put some string in that so it doesn't get lost in there. I have a white one and a gray one. Don't want them to get stuck in the glue though. Okay, moving on. Definitely need to find a place for an envelope. Maybe these envelopes aren't big enough or small enough. Maybe it can go on the inside front cover. Yes. That's a perfect place for it. But I'm going to do the front first. You know what I mean. Put the picture on the front. Now this is a little bit wider. Where is it open? I have to open that one. I think I'm going to have to trim a little bit off of this one to make it fit. But I'll sew it closed. Okay. Once I get one of these books done, you know, decorated, then I can use it as a sample for the others. I want to put some of these labels in it. Oh, and I want to use these things that I stamped. Yes, I stamped 3 of each. So these can decorate the pages. This one has the Nordic imprint, the Nordic wear imprint on it. So I will cover that up with an ink bottle. And they kind of blend in, coffee dyed paper, coffee dyed tissue paper, but that's what I want. So I have a hand, I did the ink bottle, I did one of those pens, so I need that pen and I need an established. Okay, so I have 3 more, so I'll put 2 in the first half and 2 in the back. I'm looking for more Nordic wear emblems and I don't see them. I think we're good, so I kind of want to put something behind that. I have this coffee dyed ledger paper. It's actually scrapbook paper with the ledger design on it. And I want something else. I want a little color. Guess we'll just make a little collage. This is quite heavy. Manila cardstock. There. That looks good. I'll add one of those labels up there too, just because I can. Now I need to put some in the back half. I should ink up this paper too. I need 2 more pieces. I lost one. I have this one. I'll just grab this. I know there's another pen around here somewhere. So it blends in, but you can still see. I really like the way that looks. I'm putting it up there because there's a Nordic Ware emblem there. In case you didn't see my coffee dyeing videos, I have Nordic Ware pans that give me this star-shaped pattern, but it has the Nordic Ware emblem right in the center of the pan. So that gets imprinted too. So I just do a little collage or something on top of it. Okay, I think that's good for now until I sew a couple things down and see where we're at. So I'm going to work on the other 2 journals and maybe do some sewing, and well, by then I'll be about done with it. So I'm not sure what I'll show you when I come back, but I'll be back at some point. Thanks for hanging out with me and crafting with me. Bye-bye.